What's up, guys? Farooqi Bros here, back with another stream. And today we'll be talking about the latest stuff in cinema, latest stuff in Hollywood, hitting some big topics, but we're going to be pretty quick with it. Today we got me, Umar, and Samir, no Zion. So I guess it's similar to like LeBron playing with, D'Lo and Rui Hachimura. So you guys can figure out who's who there. But we're going to figure it out. So let's get right into it. So I want to start with, why, Umar, do you want to say something? You're D'Lo, right?
No, hell no, first of all. And second of all, the way your boy's playing, he barely shows up. 21 points a game this playoffs? Messed up, bro.
He's just like me. All right. let's start with probably one of the more important topics in Hollywood right now, and that's the Writers Guild of America has officially gone on strike last week. Basically, they're asking for a higher pay. I think they're only asking for a 3% raise last time I checked. But, Hollywood is not budging on this right now. And what's happened is they've gone on strike. So what that means is a lot of the TV shows and movies and things that you guys are watching are kind of on hold until this is resolved. Or some of them are actually moving forward without the writers. So you can imagine the quality would take a dip. And some of the things affected are like Lord of the Rings, which the TV show for Amazon Prime, which said they're going forward. They're going to be going without the writers, trying to maybe some of the other scenes that don't require too much dialogue. Other companies are actually playing around with AI, trying to get AI to fill in the gaps. And then other people are just hiring lesser known writers who are not in the guild to kind of take over. But what you're going to see potentially is a big dip in quality across the industry until the pay is resolved. In the end, it's kind of all about just, having better pay across the board, better spread of wealth. Obviously, these billionaires who are, CEOs of these companies like David Zaslav and so on and so forth. They're making, hundreds of millions of dollars per year. So if you can get these writers, a normal salary, that's always a value in my mind. But I just want to get a quick, just round. This is not too big of a topic, just a quick thing of like how do you think it's going to get resolved soon? Do you think this is a long time we're going to be waiting on things to do? Other shows like Stranger Things season 5 has been delayed indefinitely. Superman Legacy, I think James Gunn submitted his script like hours before the strike happened. So I don't know, like, let's take that as you will. But Umar, I'll kind of start with you. What do you think about this strike? I mean, are you for it? How do you think it's going to resolve?
I think writers should get paid. I think that they do, obviously, like they do one of the probably the most important job, because if the writing of a particular like any type of content, if the writing is off, every single other thing takes a hit, like except maybe like the visuals and stuff. But like if the writing isn't good, that's like half the battle of making a good movie or a good TV show. So I think that what can easily happen here is that they might start hiring other writers, and what might happen is if you do see a dip across the board, I think that would impact, because that's going to impact like their actual business model, like these billionaires and stuff. So if they care enough, then I think definitely I think they're going to think about like coming to some type of agreement. But I think if they hire lesser known writers, but some shows do well still and some shows don't take a hit, then I think it'll be a longer process, and I think it won't be as straightforward then, because then they'll know that they don't actually need. They can just replace it and just keep replacing.
Yeah.
But I think it will take a hit, and I think we'll see some type of agreement.
Yeah, I think maybe 10 years ago we had our last strike, and someone put out like the list of movies that came out because of that strike, and it included like Terminator Salvation, I think the worst of the Transformers movies, and I think it did make a difference on film. A lot of people said it made a bigger difference on TV because TV is cyclical, and it just every season, every episode keeps coming out, so you see a dip in quality of episodes. We don't do much TV between the four of us. I don't think any of us are big on like the TV kind of end of the bargain. So, but on the film side, they have the ability to kind of wait, and a lot of them just wait it out and don't like jump forward. But we'll see how it affects the upcoming stuff. But Samir, the technical question for you is like the question of AI, because now that's the new thing now. Everyone's like, let AI do it. Are we coming towards the era where Chat GPT is going to be making the new, MDCU movies? Like, where are we heading here?
I mean, the last strike lasted what, like 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
What was that? 2007, 2008.
Yeah.
I think now there's like this whole new area they have to explore of AI and how they can regulate AI. Personally, I think allowing AI to play a bigger role is a mistake. Even if it stifles innovation or whatever the arguments are for AI. I think there have been problems with AI, like I mean, it's been found to discriminate because what the stuff it's based off, or whatever the AI is writing based off, is built on like uh, whatever has been discriminatory towards specific groups, which is an issue, which I don't understand how they can even resolve that specific part of AI, and obviously copyright and property issues that come from AI. I think the quality will go down so much just by inventing AI. And the thing about Lord of the Rings is it it already had a quality issue from season one, I think, and now that they're moving in a direction where they're just gonna go through it without writers, I feel like to be the most funded show of all time, like the largest budget, to just go the AI route instead of paying their writers is just the dumbest thing I've heard.
I think all the big studios are like testing AI in a sense, where it's like they let the AI write the first script and then a human would come in and try to like fix the script. But we could talk about AI and creativity is like a whole podcast in itself. But like the big thing is like I can see where AI can be helpful in like technical fields, but I think anything to do with art, once you bring AI into it, you're really like playing in dangerous territory because it's like you're taking the humanity out of the project, which I guess some of these movies already don't have any. But I'm saying like, but with a computer writing it, it's even worse. So I don't know. Umar, do you have any thoughts on AI? Like,
Yo,
AI in Hollywood?
Gammy was spitting, bro. What are you saying?
He was spitting. Yeah,
that's probably one of the greatest 2 minutes of Gammy's podcast career.
Oh, Samir, he has something to say.
You spitting, bro. You spitting.
But no, anything from you on AI, or do you think you're with Samir? Like, not there's.
I'm with Samir. I think
out of this.
I think the dangerous part of it is the fact that like it's based off of, it has certain lines that it's based off of, and if those things are gonna be, if they're already like, we already have a problem in the entertainment industry of like discrimination and whatnot, and I think that like from a writer's standpoint, it's already an uphill battle. So if you have the same issues with AI, it's like it's innovate. Like, where's the innovation anyways? Then you know what I mean? Like, it's the same stuff. It's just a little worse because there's no actual person that's writing anything. So I think that like you still have the same issues. I think the pay issue of like writers is something that like I personally, I don't get like why people, I guess like these billionaires don't realize, or these big organizations don't realize, like you actually paying your people is going to help the product that you're going to put out. So I think from just that viewpoint alone, there has to be a conversation. But at the same time, I think these people don't really care, right? It's all about money. It's all about business. So they can save money in this one sphere, they will.
And I mean, David Zaslav just pocketed like $250,000, all to end the Snyderverse or whatever. But once the CEO pay cuts start, like I don't think they're gonna get to a point where the CEOs are gonna start taking a cut from their salary, even though $250,000 is a lot of money.
A lot of money, but they think that if we're making the money, then everyone else can survive on little as long as we're making our lion's share.
Sorry, $250 million is what I meant. Which is what like 10. It's like what 10,000 writers are asking across themselves. So, I mean, it could be done. So far, the studios are just saying that budgets are full, which of course they are, because paying writers is like one of the last things on the list that you got to do under capitalism.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I don't love her.
Ross loves capitalism.
All I'm saying is that, like, in the full hierarchy, for whatever reason, I think it's wrong. But because I'm like a writer myself, not in Hollywood, but I'm writing, in my career. But it's always going to be your executives, your CEOs, and then by the time you get to talent, of course, the actors will get the most, and then it'll trickle down and down and down before you get to the writers, when they're the ones who are keeping these scripts together. A movie without good writing, we've debated like hundreds of movies on this podcast since the beginning, and we always call it out. When the writing is bad, we're like, whoa, the visuals are good, but the writing was bad. The acting was good, but the writing was bad. Like, how many times have we brought that up? I mean, talking about whatever movies we watched. I mean, we just talked about Shazam 2 and or even Guardians 3, where it's like there's some writing was like an on and off.
Shazam 2 is not a good example because the visuals were bad and the writing was also bad.
Right. So I don't know. You think of a movie with good visuals and bad writing, and that's
Isn't this track mostly about like TV shows? I mean, I don't watch like late
so I'll
TV.
say the majority of strike holders on TV, but the film, it's anyone who's part of the Writers Guild, which also includes Hollywood. It just Hollywood films, but the difference between the films is that they have the luxury of just stalling. A lot of TV shows, especially your network TV shows, they can't stall. So a lot of people said the worst episodes of any TV show came during the Writers Guild strike of 08, 09, out of the year out of my head, because they just, no one can figure out like how to capture the magic. All the late night shows, so your Stephen Colbert, your Jimmy Fallon, your whoever the rest are, Jimmy Kimmel, they're all complete shutdown production, so they're not even going with any more shows. They're just airing reruns. So that's kind of how it's going to be. Obviously, the Farooqi Bros were all on supporting writers. We're supporting people getting, proper pay equity. When there's billions of dollars of coming in for an organization, like Samir mentioned, one or two people are pocketing the $250 million, and the rest are getting, cereal and that's pretty much it. Like it's not going to work out, So let's spread the food around. Is basically what I'm saying. All right, so let's move on from there to an actual trailer that did come out this week, this past week, and that's Dune Part 2. And the question is very simple. I mean, will it live up to Part 1? So, Samir, I'm going to call you the resident Dune fan from now on, because you were on the Dune agenda the first time. You were saying Dune sweep, which you didn't completely sweep, but it did very well. I'm going to start with you. What did you think about Dune Part 2? And specifically, do you think it's going to live up to Part 1? Of course, it's kind of dividing the book into two parts. So do you think this part is going to be just as good as the first part, better or worse?
Of course, I'm still on the Dune agenda. You know how it is. I think it will live up to the first one. I think it'll be a lot less world building and more story this time. Even though I really like the world building aspect of the first one, a lot of people thought it was just boring or like it was a trailer to the second one. But hopefully, this will fulfill their wishes for a larger story aspect of the movie. I think it will be probably the best movie of the year. The trailer looks really good. Everything looks really good. I'm pretty excited for it.
I have seen people complain that the trailer seems a bit more comedic than what they're used to. I don't think the film's gonna be as comedic, but that they kind of bent the trailer in a way to feel like it's has more natural humor. What do you think about? I mean, I'm not a big stickler on humor. Like, I don't really care if there's humor or not in a movie, but people are like, "Oh, that doesn't fit Dune Part 1," where it was like very serious the whole time. So, what do you make of those complaints?
I feel like they just do the jokes into the trailer to get like a larger audience to see the jokes and be like, yeah, this is some Marvel flick or something, and they'll walk in by accident, cover that audience. But
yeah,
I think it'll be pretty much the same as the first one, which I don't really remember too much humor, but I think some of the Jason Momoa parts were pretty funny. Maybe I don't remember.
Yeah, it's a lot of situational humor, good dialogue humor, no slapstick, nothing like that. It really doesn't feel like a Marvel movie, but I agree. The people who are cutting the trailers do want to kind of hit on those zingers that you have to hit to get, Joe Schmo to be like, yes, this is the movie to watch. But, I'll give my thoughts next. For me, Dune Part 2, it just looks absolutely amazing to me. Again, I'm part of Samir. I'm on the Dune agenda. I'm on Dune sweep. Like, I think it's going to be the best movie of the year. The only one rivaling it for me might be Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. But I think this is going to be that movie. That this movie is basically him. So, like, I'm trying to see it. The Flash, no. But so the visual looks crazy. I think the cast is absolutely great. Of course, people do say, like, you having so much Arab influence, but no cast. The cast is as white as rain. But that's kind of just the nature of, I guess, what's happening now.
White is the rain.
The rain.
What is rice?
What is rain? Rain is white now.
Rice, rain, snow, whatever. But
that's colonization speaking.
Yeah, but I'm saying the film looks really good. Like, and Denis Villeneuve is a master in this industry, if not the best director in the industry right now. I think his resume is right up there with, you could put it with anyone in the modern generation. It's going to be, number one or number two. It's like, it's him or Nolan, really, the way I see it, like for this generation, who's the GOAT, the GOAT director of the generation. But Umar, what about you? What do you make of Dune Part 2 trailer? I know Dune Part 1, the first time you watched it, it was like you didn't fully get into it. The second time you said, okay, now you gave it like, was this the movie where like 4.98? Like,
Yeah,
I remember that.
4.98.
So what do you think about this one?
Obviously, it's gonna be good, bro. Anybody who watches the trailer can tell it's gonna live up to the first one. I think what helps its cause is one director, one everything. It's all streamlined, synced. So I think it's gonna be good for sure. I think that the first one, I think I have to go into these movies and watch them not sleepy. If I'm already tired and walking in, and they have like a really long scene where they're going through the desert and they're flying through, and it's like 5 minutes straight of that, I'm gonna knock out.
It's all the dude.
Yeah,
bro.
but if it's all the desert. But I mean, like, remember that one scene in the first one, the super long one?
They were all pretty long. Yeah. I mean, Austin Butler in the movie looks exactly like you, so looks pretty good. Yeah.
I don't have the image on me, but you look like Austin Butler. It's true.
At least he said it looks good. Usually he's like, "Oh, you look like the ugly guy."
Bro, I haven't seen Austin Butler.
I don't know who that is, honestly. But if I keep it 92 plus 8 with you, I don't know who that is.
Well, I guess we'll see.
But yeah, it looks good. It's gonna be good. I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's already one stupid scene in the trailer, though. There was no kissing scene in the first one, right? There was no dumb stuff in the first one.
What?
Or was there?
I don't remember.
But,
I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I guess it's gonna be that kind of movie. Either way, let's see what happens with it. I don't know what you're saying. Let's the topic. Let's move from Dune to Superman. So I don't know if that's how much of a downward spiral we're going, but we're going. So Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is out. We reviewed it last week, so I'm not gonna touch it again this week. But you know what we thought about it. We just thought it was kind of one of the better MCU movies, especially because Phase 4 is kind of bad. When you look at it in totality, so we're starting Phase 5 now. I think it was pretty good. And of James Gunn's writing, I thought it was one of the better movies. And it actually gave me some hope for Superman. Not a lot of hope, but some more hope that if Guardians 3 was less on the slapstick and had more earnest moments, then maybe that can carry over to Superman. But the part I want to bring up is that on Twitter yesterday, someone brought up that, hey, will Guardians of the Galaxy cast members be in Superman Legacy? And he responded with yes. So at least one or more Guardians of the Galaxy cast members will be in Superman Legacy. So it's kind of a fun topic. I was not nothing too serious because we don't know any casting yet for Superman. But of the Guardians members, who do you think is a good fit for this movie, and what role would we cast him in? That's the question. So I don't know. Do you think Dave Bautista as Lex Luthor, or what are we thinking? Where are we going with this?
Yeah, he's a good actor though.
He is a very good actor. Very
Dave
good.
Bautista's good.
Yeah,
but would he be good in DC? Probably not, because they'd mess with him.
Yeah, so I don't know. So who are we thinking? What are our early thoughts? Umar, Chris Pratt as Superman. No, that's what your main one was.
I'm telling you one thing straight. If Chris Pratt is Superman, I'm quitting life.
He's not going to be
quitting everything. Yeah. I'm quitting everything in life.
They did say he's not going to be Superman. They're looking for someone new, someone fresh to come in and take.
They already give Mario for no reason.
And Garfield.
And Garfield.
Listen, honestly, go ahead.
Go on. There you go.
Nah, you go.
I was gonna say that I assume they're just gonna be like cameos, little cameos, just to have the actors in the movie.
I think not necessarily. I think they might give one or two some big roles, like maybe Lois Lane's actress could be the Mantis actress, or Zoe Saldana. You could potentially make her something. I don't know what, but
she'd be a good Lois Lane.
Yeah,
she would be.
Would they do it though? They probably wouldn't.
I don't know. They have the guts to do it. So, but all the Guardians members except for Chris Pratt, I think they've all let go of their roles now. No one's coming back anymore for the MCU. So
the girl that plays Nebula would be a good Lois Lane.
Yeah. So there's options. I mean, and then you can cast. I don't know what can you do with that cast? Sean Gunn as Jimmy Olsen.
None of these actors fit the roles really.
Yeah, I guess
it depends who the villain is. Who would the villain even be? Superman is terrible villains. Like we said it before. We'll say it again. Superman villains are just not even it.
I mean, no. If you could, I don't know what villain they're gonna go with. I know Lex Luthor might be in the movie.
They should just start using the They should just start using the Batman villains for Superman movies.
No, I think they're gonna. I think Brainiac would be the best bet. I don't know if they're gonna go that. I don't know if James Gunn wants to tell like a smaller story or a bigger scale story, but I think at the minimum we can't do Zod again right now because he's been done in Man of Steel and he's being done in The Flash again. So I think you have to keep Zod on the back table for a reboot. You can do Lex Luthor again, and you can do a Lex Superman story. You can do Parasite. Oh, Lobo, you know, you can do Lobo versus Superman. Jason Momoa is Lobo. You know, that's a lot.
That would be so bad. That would literally be so bad.
That was the animated series. You know, like I think they're gonna just adopt the episodes.
They should just do a Lex Luthor story, like a basic
Superman,
very safe Lex Luthor story, where Superman doesn't even have an action scene except like getting stabbed or something and getting thrown off a cliff or whatever.
He loves that scene, bro. He watches that on repeat.
It's one of the best. It's one of the best.
Yeah, I'm telling you, one of the best scenes ever is the plane scene, and I don't think anything James Gunn gonna do is gonna top it. So,
well, we'll see what the Superman movie looks like. I mean, a lot of people are saying it's gonna be like this, you know, your bright, hopeful Superman movie.
Why don't you tell us what the streets are saying?
The streets. I mean, there has been much rumor about it. It's been things are being kept really under wraps. Like any of my people, I'm not hearing too much. I just hear that it's gonna be your young Superman movie, told over multiple films. Like Superman might appear in like a movie called The Authority coming out. He's gonna be like a big part of the universe going forward. He is gonna be the centerpiece, just like Zack Snyder's universe, just done in a more different way because they're bringing him in much younger. And he'll be more inexperienced. Where Henry Cavill's Superman came in at 30, and now he does make mistakes, but he was never a young Superman. He kind of came in as like a mid-tier, like life Superman from the beginning. There was no Freudian slip there, I promise. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And I was just thinking a joke. I don't think there's really any good cast members, like Samir said. There's no pure fit for any characters. All I can see is Lois.
Make Chris Pratt Lex Luthor, bro.
Chris Pratt, Lex Luthor, Chris Pratt, Metallo, Chris Pratt, what?
Chris Pratt, everything. Jimmy Olsen. He'd actually be a good Jimmy Olsen.
Oh, he's too old for Jimmy Olsen.
He's too old.
Yeah.
Wasn't the guy that Zack Snyder used like 40 or whatever?
He died. He died the first season.
They shot him. They shot him in the first second.
Either way, yeah, there's not much more to say. I guess we're good. I guess we're good now, are we? Are we good for today?
This has to be one of the worst podcasts we've ever done.
Yeah, it's fine. It happens.
We need Zane, bro.
I mean, Grass is really angry that James Gunn is using his cast members. Even though every director just casts people that they know.
I don't mind. Like, I just think like he can. I don't mind his wife and his brother being in the movie. Just like not like in the end, if he casts his wife as Mercy Graves, that's like just. I guess that's the only thing I can see. But like, you can't put like big roles, otherwise it feels too much nepotism, you know. Either way,
what are the streets saying? Who's the actual cast for Superman? Like, what are the streets saying?
There are no rumors on this, bro. There's some names thrown out there. No one that I recognize. So it's just gonna be a young, fresh face, really.
There's gonna be a newbie, basically.
Yeah. A new actor who's gonna take it. Yeah. They always say for Batman, cast a well-known actor, but Superman cast a newbie for whatever reason. Either way,
you do say that.
No, I mean it's just historically what the case has been. Christopher Reeve was mostly new. Brandon Routh was new. Henry Cavill was new. Whereas Batman, Ben Affleck was well known. Christian Bale was well known. Even Michael Keaton was very well known before they took the Batman roles. George Clooney, etc. So, yeah.
So you love the Flash?
Just get Keanu.
They're all gonna be in the Flash movie, yeah. All right. Either way, what do you guys think about Dune Part 2? What are your thoughts on the Writers Guild of America strike? What do you think about Superman Legacy? Let us know in the comments below and join the debate. From myself, from Umar, and from Samir, for the Farooqi Bros. We'll see you next time. Peace out.